Good morning.
Good morning. How are you?
Great. How are you today?
Great. The rally's been fun so far.
It has.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you been busy?
Very. Very little free time. And Emily chaired the volunteer volunteer committee.
Yeah.
And so she's been, anytime there's no one there, she gets to run over. She makes sure she gets over every morning, and it's shift change, and she's been the busy one.
Yeah. I'm walking though. I'm walking, getting my steps in.
Yeah.
I have gotten one hitch on a golf cart. Otherwise, we've been all over the place. Yeah.
This morning I was there and back on the golf cart because I was running a little bit behind.
Yeah.
This your first rally? Big international?
It's our
Correct.
first international, yeah.
Any things that surprise you? What's most surprising to you both individually?
So we've been to other rallies and other big rallies, and I think the thing that I won't say surprised me, but kind of took me aback is how friendly people are. Not that they aren't elsewhere, but here everyone, like, we stop and have conversations with total strangers for half an hour about where they're going and what they're doing next and that kind of thing. And that's something that not necessarily happen at other big rallies. At smaller rallies, it's more intimate, so you get to talk to people, but that's, to me, what's been the biggest surprise. And I've never seen this many Airstreams in one spot, so it's so cool. Like, I'm just such a fanatic that I'm like, hi Airstream friend, hi. Like, I'm like, what's your rig?
It's so neat because
it is
typically you are the Airstream in the park,
Yeah.
and then you're here and it's everybody.
Mhm.
It's really cool. Now, again, the community is what keeps bringing us back over and over again.
Yeah.
So I'm grateful.
Oh, we're already committed to signing up for future.
Well, we were sitting out with some friends down the row here, and they were like, "Well, we're doing this Cumberland Gap. You park in the street. What do they call them? Urban rallies." And they were like, "There's one spot left," and we were like, "Sweet, done." Now there's no spots left.
Sweet,
Sign me
yeah.
up. Yeah.
We were scared to I was scared to consider it because parking in the street's like a little daunting to me. And they're like, no, it's so much fun. We're like, okay, doing it.
We've seen a number of those.
Mhm.
And unfortunately, our schedules we couldn't go to them, but we know they were happening.
Yeah.
I saw photos and
Yeah.
I'm jealous.
Yep.
I met a guy, Bill Osborne, in Miami, Oklahoma, and I said, this would be the most perfect town for this exact event. Route 66 runs right through there. It's 110th anniversary. I'm like, please get with your town committee and the local chapters and try to do a on-the-street rally. Right?
Like, that is one of the things we've found as we've traveled is you end up in a small town, and my example is always Brenham, Texas. We were there right before Christmas, stopped in, we did a harvest host, walked in to get dinner, and like the entire bar invited us to, there's a town parade.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And they're like, you guys have to come to this parade. And so we walked over to the parade that night, and it's the entire town comes out. It's
and they knew we were the strangers because
Yeah.
everyone was coming up to us. You're not from around here. No, we're not. But this is great.
yeah, sorry.
That's fine.
No, yeah,
I love it.
the community is the best part. Like, whether it's here at the International Rally or a smaller rally or just in your RV park in general, like the fact that the RV community is incredible and the Airstream community is incredible, and then the doors it opens for you to be able to experience those small town things is like our favorite part.
Yeah.
Because you can plan your trip, but it's the things that you don't plan that sometimes end up being like the most memorable things. Yeah, it's neat. And this guy talks to anyone. Like the other day, I was like, he's like the golden retriever of the human being race. I'm like,
That's why him and Piper get along.
yeah, exactly.
We go
One
home
of
with
the
anybody.
same. One of the
Just
same.
Go home with anybody.
Yeah.
Speaking of traveling, do you specifically plan where you're going to go and do all that, or do you fly by the seat of your pants like we do?
She does the planning. I'm going to let her answer this question.
So we typically plan a few months out. But most recently, when we lost our window and had to reroute an entire summer, I kind of stopped planning. Yeah. And so we're really what are we, the end of August? So I'm only planned through like October. And there's a couple of like rallies that we know we're going to. So obviously we have those booked, but nothing in between. And we'll just fly by the seat of our pants at that point. I wish I could be more spontaneous, but I'm a planner. Like, that's my core.
Yeah.
It brings
I get
comfort.
that.
I
Yeah,
absolutely
yeah,
understand.
it does.
We know a general direction and general things, but
Mhm.
unless it's have to get on the map, like I'm going to go to Region 9 rally and the North Texas Wally workshop, they call it. I don't know, it's in Galveston, Texas, maybe out in March, and I got some things like that. So that's going to be a hard date for us. But outside of that, we just kind of have a general plan. And I found that, when you first start, and, for someone who does it 10, 20, 30, 40, whatever nights a year, and they have to be very regimented, they have to plan, I get that. But when this is your life every day, people ask us, how do you plan where you're going to go and where you're going to stay? I'm like, I don't know where I'm going to be tomorrow. Roughly, but I don't, because we've been in situations where, like you had something catastrophic happen, you got to reroute that changes everything, downstream effects, and then you lose money, or I really love this place and I want to stay here longer, or this place sucks, let's go. So I want to get out of town early. What trailer do you have? Why did you choose that one? How'd you get into Airstream? I know that's a lot of 3 questions.
So we're a 27-foot front bed queen flying cloud with the hatch. And the hatch was a must for us. So we started in 2018 in a Basecamp, a 16-foot Basecamp, and it was we did a lot of weekends and a couple extra day trips. I think our longest was a 2-week trip in the Basecamp.
With 3 dogs at the time.
Yeah, we had 3 dogs at the time. They all had their spots. But when we went to upgrade, we knew we were going to do longer trips. There was an inkling in 2023 of going full time. We were like, we want the hatch. We loved being able to open that, like have the open air and all that. And so that was why we chose. I think specifically it was between international and flying cloud, because those were your options at the time. But yeah, I think that's my reasoning. What's your reasoning? Is it the same?
Oh, basically the same, but you had a third question in there. What was the last question?
How'd you get in the Airstream? Or why
I'm going to let her answer that one.
So we moved around the country quite a bit, and so at the time we were in Vegas, and we wanted to buy a camper, and so he was working nights and I was working days. So during the day and my days off, I went to all of the dealerships in Vegas, and I probably sat in no less than 50 campers. And the last dealership that I went to was right next to an Airstream dealership, which wasn't on my radar because I didn't know anything about Airstreams. I wasn't that kind of person. And I went to the Airstream and I was like, oh, this is nice. And so I narrowed it down, and whenever, his next day off, I picked the top 5 or 6 or something like that. And I kind of did the same route with him. And so we went into the different ones. And then I was like, I have one more, but this is like not what we were expecting or anything like that. And we walked into the base camp and we both were just like, the panoramic windows and the kitchen and all of that was like, nope, this is our camper. So.
That was perfect for, like, we camped a lot at Lake Mead. And so you get you can get those last spots close to the water, and you had this panoramic window that you just looked onto the beach, onto the water. The water was a little bit higher at that point in time, but yeah, it was beautiful. It was the perfect rig for that.
Were you ever worried about not having slide outs?
No. I never wanted to. The simpler, the better is kind of my philosophy. So I like that we can pull into a camping spot and be set up in like 10 or 15 minutes, whatever, super fast. Like, we're set up and inside and like enjoying our day, and people are still outside like messing with slides. And I'm already done. On to my next thing.
Yeah, because we had 2 fifth wheels before. Well, Brad had a bumper pull with a slide out before we met, and then we've had 2 fifth wheels. And same thing, like, there's only so many times that you want to climb over a countertop to get to a pantry on the middle of a road trip, or open the fridge door by about 4 inches to get what you can get out of it, to then shut it again. And after you do that enough times, you're like, you can't utilize the space on the road. You can't even use your own bathroom sometimes. And that's what we loved about this, is like, you literally walk in the door and you can use it the way you travel. And so that was really nice. And so being able to like pull over on the side of the road and make dinner or lunch and then immediately just go on with your day, it's nice.
When I first was looking, I don't remember if it was set up and the slides were closed or if I asked them to close it, but at some point the slides were closed, and I was like, well, this is a completely different camper. I can't do anything. And that was important too, is like, I want to be able to walk in if we're on the road and at a rest stop, I want to be able to walk in and do something. So that was something to keep in mind when I was like, oh, this is point to think about whenever you're looking at slides. But once we saw the Basecamp, it was like a no-brainer.
Yeah, that was.
Are you both working from the road and doing life that way?
Yes.
Mhm.
We both work pretty much full-time from the road.
Pretty much. So I left. I was working for a company in Colorado, and when we went on the road, they weren't a big fan of remote work, and I knew that. So I just told them like, hey, we're leaving. I don't want you to have make the decision. So I'm leaving. I'm not going to work remote. I'm heading out. And I stuck around for 3 months and trained a replacement as best as I could and headed out. And I guess that was July of last year was kind of the end of my employment.
Mm-hmm.
November, I got a call back from the same company and they're like, hey, we just can you consult? Can you help out? Yeah. I said, yeah, that's fine. Like, I have no problem with that. I think I committed to like 2 or 3 hours a day at that point. And then in January, they're like, can you just come back full time?
We miss you.
But I had very strict stipulations. I was, it was like at the time I said, I think 25 hours was the most I was going to work. I'm a little bit higher than that right now just to kind of get some stuff done. But especially on the East Coast, like I'm working from 6 to noon most days. So I'm done by the afternoon and then we have our afternoons free. So it works for us.
And weekends.
Yeah. What do you do?
So I run my own business. I was a real estate agent in Colorado, and the easiest explanation is I'm still licensed, but I do all the backside of transactions. So a lot of the paperwork. So I work with agents that I worked with in Colorado. So it's a little bit more flexible, but still deadlines and busyness.
Yeah, it is busy.
Yeah. And your hours probably are a lot more fluid with the way the real estate.
They are. And so like summer or beginning of summer is much busier than end of summer. And so it's more seasonal than most jobs.
I just can't imagine like recently, like the buying process for us, like the deadlines and like I was working 12-hour shifts during the weekend. We had put an offer in. And so then for me to get things signed, it was like I didn't get home till 8:30 at night. And then we're on the phone with our real estate agent until 9:30. Mm-hmm. But I know she's been taking calls probably since 7 a.m. that day. And like the paperwork that she has to do after we sign, I'm like, you don't go to bed till 11, 12, midnight, and then you're back up and at it again. Like it's so hard to just strictly like have the 9 to 5 in the real estate world. So man, but
I'm just retired.
It's
which
nice,
I
isn't it?
to be.
The 6 months that I wasn't working, I was like, this is the best. Like,
this is nice.
I have time to do things. I was running around. And the way I supported was like, I'll go do a lot of the things like the grocery shopping and all that kind of stuff just to let you work and go do stuff.
Yeah.
I try to do those things while players gone, but
mm-hmm.
And we share the responsibilities pretty well with all the. We don't really have jobs. We just if it needs done, I do it. I'm not an idle person.
Yeah.
Ever.
You really?
As soon as I wake up, and I don't stop until I go to bed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So I rarely sit here and do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
It's very rare that I do nothing.
Yeah.
That's when I get in my cold plunge in the mornings and I go to the gym and I turn my brain off there.
Always moving. Yeah.
Travel plans like. I talk about going to national parks or going to the state capitals or going to do you have a goal to hit all the things of some?
I don't know about all of them, but
we like to do a lot of the national parks. And then we do have the book, like I know you guys have the same book. So we have that book and that has been fun. Just when we're somewhere, I open the book and I go, okay, what's near here that I can go see? Mm-hmm. And when I was in school, I could care less about history. Mm-hmm. I like slept during history class and, flew by the seat of my pants. And now it's very interesting to go to these places and learn like what was happening and whatever their story is. And some things that there's no way that I would have cared about. And so that is, I don't know that I necessarily have a goal to get all of those stamps, but I'm kind of one of those people, so I probably will get all of those stamps.
We were in was it in Kansas or Nebraska? It must have been Kansas. So there's a the Homestead Museum there. Have you been?
Yeah.
Do you see the guy that donated? He's been to every one of. I think there's been an expansion since he did it, but he donated like his pin collection. I think it was his pin collection, and he's been to every one of the national park sites.
We're not. I mean, we've been to all the national parks.
Mhm.
We've been to most of the park sites.
Mhm.
I think we're like 80% complete on those.
That's cool.
National parks, we're at just
Oh.
under 20, I think, on national parks. But those, I know we both like to travel, and we've traveled around the world. But once, like, just being able to stay in the States and bring the dogs with us and that kind of stuff, and go to these different sites and see, like, there's so much to see here. Like, I enjoy traveling overseas, but there's so much to see here too that's in people's backyard that they have no idea that's there.
I've spent a lot of time out of the country as a Marine, but I have more interest in being in the States because it's so diverse. And if you, I mean, coast to coast, the state up north, it's so different. And I really enjoy what's here. And as many times as we've been around the country, I've not seen it all yet. So I enjoy that very much.
I think one of the things that happens to us a lot is like we'll have a week or a week and a half planned somewhere. We do all the things that were on our list, but while we're there, we add like 6 things, and it's like, guess we'll just have to hit it the next time. Like,
Come back through.
it's the way to do it, I guess.
You
And it's-
realize like what you weren't familiar with, and then you're like, oh man, like we don't have time for this, or we made other plans, or like, and same thing, like you're like, golly, next time we have to come back to pick a thing.
Yep.
Yeah.
It goes back to that flexibility. Like if I want to stay
Mhm.
longer, I can. If I don't,
Mm-hmm.
if I don't like it, I can get out of town.
Yeah.
Yeah.
One of the things we like, I mean, we don't eat out a lot. We try to cook at home, but one of the things we like to do is kind of eat at local restaurants, and it's fun to see the cultures, the cuisines and stuff like that. Like, I keep using this as an example. We were in Minnesota, and have y'all heard of the meat raffles in Minnesota?
No. I don't know what a meat raffle is.
It's right up my alley.
No.
So they hand out, it's at bars or restaurants or whatever, and they hand out so many tickets, and they're like $1 a piece or something like that. And they do a raffle for a meat box. And then there's like 10 rounds or 12 rounds or whatever. It just kind of depends on the size and everything. And so we were in Minnesota, and we kept seeing signs of meat raffles. And I'm like, what the meat raffle?
You're like, it's either going to be great or this is going to be like, we're never doing.
So they convinced it. We found one, and some friends of ours convinced us to go, and then I won a meat box.
Cool.
So it was fun. It was
It had
just
2 pounds of bacon in
Yeah,
it.
it was-
There was 2 pounds of bacon. There was a ginger pork and broccoli thing. Like, it was really
Ribs.
cool.
Yeah, it was-
Just never heard of it before,
I'm
but
like, I have to try this thing. Like,
Yeah.
what the heck?
Yeah.
And so we just, like, that's fun for us, is finding that, like, kind of immersing into the different cultures for however long we're there.
We like to do that with like farmers markets and whatnot, because then you really get to know the local community and the artistry that goes into some things, the handcrafted things, the food, the farms, the food trucks, all the things. So that's really neat too. We like that.
And harvest those.
Yeah, harvest those too.
cool about like with Harvest Host. So like I always feel like I sound like an ad for them. I'm like, but every time I go into a Harvest Host, almost every time, you end up in a conversation with the owner, the bartender, the whoever,
Yeah.
because they're just like they're so intrigued by the fact that you're staying on their property for whatever reason it is, and
I love it.
it's such a great conversation most of the time. So
RV parks, if we have to, we stay in them, but I much prefer the one-on-one interaction. It gives me time. I like to go hang out with some person. Like here, I wish I had time to sit at everybody's campsite all night. But
Yep.
it's impossible. And, you know, with Piper and I walk around and we get pulled in and pulled over and over again, which is fine. I don't mind it, but I feel bad that I can't sit and enjoy it and learn about everybody's story, because everybody has a story. That's what I love about what Chris and Gina have done to tell the story. And I really like that. So, because everybody has one. And I'm always intrigued by it. But tell me how you came up with Cajun Mile.
So we were we in Wisconsin at the time, or were we in Houston still?
Houston, we were running.
So we had started running in Houston. We were running in Houston. We wanted to do 5Ks, 10Ks, stuff like that. And at some point we were like, we should document what we're doing. And so we were like, well, we'll do a website and we'll just, write about what's going on. And we, at the time, were like, I don't know what to call this. What do you call it? What do you, and we went back to our backgrounds. And so Emily's from Breaux Bridge, Louisiana, like the heart of Cajun country. I grew up in Denver, Colorado, and we were just like Cajun Mile. It's got Mile High City in it. It's got Cajun for you. And, so that was like 2013, 2014.
It's like Blogspot generation.
That's what we were using. And then, so we went from running, and then we were running one day we lived in the Woodlands and ran up on basically a blocked road. And we were like, what's going on? And it happened to be the Texas Ironman. And so then, everything changed from, go ahead.
So we were like, well, if we can run 10 miles, then we could definitely swim 2.4, bike 100, and run a marathon. That sounds easy.
Yeah, exactly.
A
snowball effect.
I mean, I'm sure you know nothing about that.
Yeah.
Crazy what your mind convinces you. Like, oh, I've already done this. I could for sure do that.
Yeah.
And then the point getting from this to that, you're like, oh, have I bitten off more than I could chew?
Yeah.
But then you do it and you're like, oh, that was great.
Yeah.
Or like, I'm not as sore as I thought I would be.
Transitioned from that to triathlon, and then we both went to work for a larger company where neither one of us had free time, and so it like exercise like dropped off a cliff when we did that. Anyway, that's but that's how we got to Cajun Mile.
Making your life online for others to watch. We do it for a while now. I don't really think anything about it, but why did you choose to put your life online in this environment?
So we started, it was like educational, like, hey, I'm trying to do something. Nobody else has done this. I'm going to do a video. I'm just going to start with, I posted like how to pack a bike in a bag to travel for a triathlon. That was I think the first video that we have up. It's either that or whatever. Then we transitioned when we had the Basecamp. There were upgrades. There were things we were doing where we had heard people say like, oh, I'm doing this bed mod. And we're like, okay, let's do it. And there was not a single video that we could find that kind of showed how to do this thing. So we were like, well, while we're doing it, while we're cutting with a saw, all the stuff in our in our trailer, we'll document it. And that way the next person that does it can see like a process. I would never say I have the right process for anything, but they can see a process on how to do this. So we transitioned to that. And then we were just kind of, as we traveled, doing videos here and there. And then when we went full time, it was like, let's just keep doing videos. And we transitioned a lot more from like how-tos. We still do some of that, but we transitioned more to, we're traveling. Here's where we are. Here's what we're doing. And yeah, so like it started as educational, and hopefully it's still somewhat educational. People can find areas that they're interested in.
So like a little bit of our mission statement, if you will, is to, both of us are very big proponents of education and continuing to just expand, learn all the time. And so it's that. And then I always think as if I can help one person get out of a predicament, then I've done something right. Even with the travel videos, obviously that's not helping anyone but some people can't, for one reason or another, can't travel. And so if I can show you what it's like to be here and you feel like you've been there and done it, then like that, like it warms my heart even just talking about it. 'Cause I think that that's what it's all about. And most people are very appreciative of that.
From fixing things or upgrading things, I often say I have an answer. It may not be the answer for you, but I have an answer that works for me. So choose your own adventure.
Yeah.
So yeah, sometimes I'll do something to the rig, whatever it is, and I'll get through it, and I'm like, oh, I probably could have looked and see if anyone else did it. Like, but I'll go look, and I'm like, oh, that person had a far more technical response than what mine is. Mine is pull it out, blow on it, put it back, see if it worked.
Turn it off, turn it on.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, that was when we replaced the sail switch. That was my primary response was pull the sail switch out. With some canned air, blow it out, put it back in, and I was like, that'll work. It did not, but but it made me feel good. And now I carry around extra sail switches.
Yeah, we
I'm
had
down to one now.
we had an inverter in the 30-foot we had before this one, and it was literally like we had not tried everything obviously, but enough of things where we're like, maybe if you just go bang on it one time it'll start working. And sure enough, he hit it with his fist and everything started working again, and we were like, what is going on? This is absolutely absurd.
One of the
Didn't have an
solenoids inside
issue
there.
with it at all
Really?
for a while.
Broke it loose.
And then the next time I think he
Every-
tried to bang on it, it didn't fix
Yeah,
itself.
everything-
But it was like this one rare random time, and we're like, oh, it's fixed. And then we just carried on.
You know, the inverter remote was on, the one down below the cushion was on, everything worked. Like I said, it worked, but none of the outlets worked. So I heard that solenoid click in there.
We're like, all right, here we go. Oh, man.
Yeah, hit it with a hammer.
Yeah.
I used to do it on a helicopter all the time. Why am I? Because I was flying in Vietnam era helicopters in the Marine Corps, so they were used in
Sturdy,
for many
yeah.
years.
Yeah.
I flew in many with patched up bullet holes from Vietnam. We talked about community earlier and your enjoyment of it. People ask us all the time, it must be weird that we know all about you and you know nothing about us. And I said, you know, I don't meet strangers, so it doesn't bother me to walk into an unknown situation anytime. How do y'all handle that, or what's your thoughts on that?
I think it's pretty much the same. Nick would probably say me with my Cajun background and just having a very large family that I don't know strangers. And so I'm better with one-on-one conversations than I am in larger groups. But that's kind of, I think it's fun to meet the people. And we've been in the opposite situation, right? Where we know you guys and you may not know us, kind of thing. And so it's a little awkward. I think it's more awkward for them than it is for us, because when I put out a video in my head, like, no one's watching it.
Yeah.
And so I'm putting it out into the world, and maybe someone watches it, but like in my mind, you know, no one is. And I probably shouldn't say that, but for people to come up to us and say, like, hey, I saw your video, and hey, I know you, and I feel like we've met, and like, it's just so much fun for me, because I'm like, oh my gosh, people like me, and they're watching my videos. That's so cool. And it goes back to what I just said, is like, if I've touched someone's life, or if I've helped them in any way, then like, that is just so special to me. And I don't know. I can't explain it otherwise. I just think it's fun. And
At the very least, we're entertaining,
yeah,
maybe.
I'm sure people are just laughing at us half the time at our mistakes.
I love that. Just me, like I screw stuff up all
Yeah.
the time, and I'm happy to flub and mess up. And,
Yeah. I like how it gets the small talk out of the way. Like, you feel like you know them on a personal level already. And although, like, say you knew us and we didn't know you, it's nice that, like, in a way you already know our personality, and then like the conversation just flows easier, and you can say, like, oh, well, I remember this moment of this video and I related to that in this way, and we had this experience, and thank you for, you know, fixing the sail switch, because now I can fix my own, kind of thing. So it really gets all the small talk out of the way, and then you really get to know those people on a more personal level. Even though you just walked by their trailer and you've only been talking to them for 30 minutes, they're now friends for life.
Yep.
That you keep in touch with for years and years. And
I feel like people are more apt to talk to us, to come up and say, hey, I watched your videos, and you're like, thank you. And you start talking. And like you said, it's just like an immediate connection. Whereas if we were walking by and they don't know us, then they wouldn't necessarily come up to us and talk to us.
Right. Yeah.
So Emily's failing to mention, not in a bad way, but it had never happened to us until about through 2 months ago.
Okay.
Like, we had never run into someone at an RV park or anything like that where someone came up to us and they're like, hey, we know you.
Yeah.
But about 2 months ago it happened, and we sat down. We were in a big group. We were at an Airstream park, so everybody was an Airstreamer, but we had sat down, and there was a couple across, and they're like, we know you. And I'm like, where are you? Where are you? I was like, where are you? How do we know? So it didn't occur to us that they were watching the videos, and they were like, yeah, so you guys had a base camp, we had a base camp, we upgraded to a 27-foot flying. When we were up in the upgrade process, that helped us figure out what to do.
Yeah. Our video, like our walkthroughs and showing, and I did a lot of the process of like comparing the different sizes and stuff like that, and so that helped them to buy their 27-foot.
And now that's someone I communicate with probably once a week.
Yeah.
That's great.
And it's great. I love it.
And then now it seems like everywhere, like ever since the first time, now it's everywhere we go. People meet us, and I mean, just randomly, like we were walking one morning, and some guy was like, so no more broken windows, right? We're like, no more broken windows.
Like, oh yeah.
But it takes you, sometimes it catches me off guard a little bit, because like I'm just on my morning walk, like whenever you walk Piper, like I'm not even thinking about, like I'm still waking up, we have coffee, we're drinking our coffee, you know, just kind of rolling out of bed. And so we stopped and talked to them for half an hour, and it's just fun to, but very similar. It takes a small talk away. It takes that awkwardness away, and that's nice.
One thing I love about our history of travel, specifically videos or ATV things, is we have a video of everywhere we've done together, almost our whole marriage. And it's neat. Like every Sunday when a video comes out in the morning, I'll let that video play on that TV. No sound, just a video play. But it plays through just a random playlist of our channel for the rest of the day. And it's neat because I'll sit up here and I'll see something we did 3 years ago, or the hiking the trail, or whatever we've done. And it brings back so many memories, just having a vlog of what we've done, which is pretty cool for us.
Yeah.
Someone was just mentioning, they said, how often do you take a scrapbook out and look at your pictures? Or like even through your phone, right? Like unless you're like looking for something very specific. And they said, and I like the way that they put it, is like, but the video, like you can put it on, like you just said, and then you're walking by and you're like, oh yeah, I remember that. Oh yeah, I remember that. And so you don't take scrapbooks out. Like people don't have scrapbooks anymore anyway.
We were probably 2 or 3 months in, and my mom sent us a message and she said, I really hope you guys are like documenting what you're doing. And at the time we hadn't like, not that there was anything wrong with what we were doing, but I was like, we had not shared the YouTube channel with our family or anything.
But would you expect his 80-year-old mom to be watching YouTube? Like, that was the other part.
So I sent her the link, and I was like, yeah, as a matter of fact, like, follow along. You can see everything we're doing. And then she also gets a postcard. A couple people in our family get postcards like here and there. Like, we're at the Davis Observatory, send one. Which actually didn't get sent. It got lost and then found.
Just found.
4 months later, 5 months later, it got dropped at my brother's house, and my niece found it. She was going to see my brother, and she found it, and she's like, "Hey, I found this," and they dropped it in the mail 4 months later.
And his mom's like, "So I know you're in Pennsylvania, but I just got a Fort Davis postcard. What happened here?"
Yeah, the updating family through, like, we have a niece and some nephews, and like the fact that they can't travel with us and they've only been able to visit a couple of times, like if they want to see what we're doing, then they've got that resource to go on and say like, oh, well, I know that Brad and Blair did this, and now that opens their eyes to the future of like, hey, this might be something I could do in the future. Or like the Appalachian Trail, like if my niece comes to me tomorrow and says, I want to do the Appalachian Trail, I am 110% invested. And if she can see us do a hard thing and enjoy it and learn from it and do it and accomplish it, then what is one thing that she wants to do? And what is one thing that's hard that she can accomplish and know that like, hey, this can be done in the same way. And so whether that is doing a hard thing or traveling or, you know, renting a van and driving however far and like experiencing life, like it opens their eyes to a little bit that they might not be exposed to otherwise. And that's the reason why I love it, is because like I want to be an inspiration to our niece and our nephews, not to mention any other kid that has this desire and this dream and know that it can be done. And so, yeah.
I forget sometimes about our family to where we'll visit and they're like, man, I love watching you guys and pick a spot. Her dad specifically, but you know, I forget that they've got to follow along everything we've done. Editing the videos is the worst thing. It takes forever, and I got Sundays, well, Friday on Patreon and Sunday's video, I still got hours of work to do for that.
I was gonna say, yeah, you're
Tasks that's
running
right
low
here.
on time.
It's fun, and I like the small talks out of the way. The community, it's really great to be able to help folks and share knowledge and share experiences and things like that. I really enjoy.
Mm-hmm.
What upgrade are you guys doing to your trailer next?
So I've got two things that I bought here. So one is the inlet, which I doubt I'll do a video on. It seems like a pretty easy install, and
3 minutes.
yeah, I'm not. I looked at him like, yeah, this is probably not worthy of, like, there's not a lot of, not that it's not important, but I think there's not a lot of time in it. And in that instance, I already put a regulator on anyway, so it's not changing my process almost at all, other than with all the quick connect fittings, it'll be a lot easier.
That's a true plug and play system, as opposed to that one was not.
That one's on my list. So the sea level is on my list, which will probably happen in the next few months.
I did talk to Sea Level 2 weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
They're making an Airstream specific color coded plug because Airstream changes the colors based on the way they wire the trailer. So it's easier if you really just pull the pins out and repin it. But they're making a new plug for Airstream specific. I don't know when that's going to be out.
Yeah.
Maybe we'll wait.
the probably the biggest thing that's coming that I'm starting to plan is the water recirc. So like being off grid, not having water or whatever. I think there's some value to not wasting all your water trying to get it a little warm.
You gonna do a mixing valve like I did, or
I think
the whole shower miser?
No, I think I'm gonna do this. So like, yeah, it looks like a pretty simple install, or
And with this model specifically, you can just pull the panel off
in the closet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Nice.
Yeah.
So that's probably the next big thing on my list right now. Trying to think if there's anything. Oh, actually, I should say the next thing on the list right now is after this, we're going to be up at the Hershey RV show.
Okay.
And I've kind of whittled down. I'm replacing the camera on the back of our RV. We use ours as a rear view, just while we're driving. Particularly nice when you're in a city.
Yeah.
And the factory, whatever Airstream uses, is just it's cuts out.
Yeah.
It goes away. The screen is now like dying. Like it'll go black and not turn back on. Yeah. No, we're the Voyager.
Okay.
Yeah. So I talked to I've talked to a bunch of people. I think it's called the Vision Pro, I think is what it is.
That's neat.
There's actually a vendor here that sells them, but their group is split this week.
Okay.
And one group took the cameras to the Grand Design Show, and he brought the tire pressure and stuff like that to this show. Next week, or 2 weeks from now, they'll all be in Hershey, and so I'm actually gonna purchase it there, install it, because this group, they're called Techno RV. They're here. They basically said, like, go install it. If you have any problems whatsoever, we'll just come meet you at the park and figure it out.
I got the bumper camera with the Ford thing, now, so I don't
Oh yeah.
even know what the screen for that thing is.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's no telling. No
It's in here somewhere, but
Yeah,
I haven't seen
it's
it. I
somewhere.
think it's up under my seat by the speaker here.
Somewhere in these 200 square feet. That's when you lose something. We were looking for a sweatshirt this morning. It's like somewhere in this 200 square feet.
It's here.
It's not far.
No, it's funny because of the storage. You have to get so creative sometimes, and then because of the creativity, you can't remember where you put anything.
I lost.
Mhm.
I say lost.
Many
I
of
was like,
these.
oh, forgot about this. Well, I don't need that anymore. I haven't used it that much.
Yeah.
Do you all have a junk drawer? So like at home, okay.
Yeah, it's the biggest drawer we've got.
But that was so we use the center over in the pantry or in the galley, and like I was looking at it today because I had lost something and I pulled it open. I'm like, why do we have like I haven't touched this since we started.
And we have like 3 pairs of scissors, which is completely unnecessary in this space.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, we go through this about every 3 to 6 months, and you realize like what's been tossed in there that you can get rid of, what you haven't used, what you still need to keep. But yeah, it looks great after you go through it, and then 6 months later, you're like, "What is this disaster?"
And I guess
Yeah.
that mail
This
we have
collects all
junk
kinds
drawer
of
that collects
things.
things too.
Yeah,
You have to go through that pretty often.
That's your collector. I never do anything with that. I just want to throw it all out. It's like the one screw that lays on the countertop for like 3 or 4 days or 2 weeks, and then you consistently like keep cleaning around it, and then one day you just toss it in the trash, and then like 45 minutes later he's like, "Where's that screw?" And I'm like, "I don't know. I haven't seen it in a while." It's like that's what that is. Like I would just throw all of that in the garbage, like without even thinking about it. But there's a purpose to many, if not all, things in there.
We
It's just a
have
matter of
the
when.
handles that pop off of our pots and pans,
Mhm.
and a screw came out of one of those that hold that little clamp. I
Ah,
don't know where the screw is. I know I
Yeah.
found it, and I said, This screw doesn't match anything in the
Yep.
Airstream. I
Yep.
didn't know what it was for until I realized when I grabbed the other handle and it was missing the screw.
And Blair had already
It's
taken
probably,
care of it.
I don't know. It's probably in here or in here would be my guess. But
It's gone. I've looked.
have you?
I
Oh,
searched high and low.
That's definitely happened to us.
yeah.
I don't know what this screw is.
You hang on to it for so
Yeah.
long, and then at some point you're like, well,
I know all the Airstream screws and bolts and things, and when I see one of them, I'm like, all right, I know this came from somewhere.
Mhm.
Particularly like the four that hold this hatch handle on.
Yeah.
Yes.
They're just screws. They fall out.
Mhm.
Really?
They rattle loose, and
I'm gonna
then
have
it
to go
gets
look and see
janky.
make sure
Yeah.
ours haven't fallen out.
Yeah.
Because if you unscrew these 4 up top and 4 down bottom, this whole panel will come off.
Yep.
And then you got your plate that holds against the back door. It's just self-tapping screws. I replace them all with rivets.
Yeah.
This back door is interesting to me because there's a lot of talk about how long it takes. It's 12 hours to make the front door. I didn't realize they're making this almost identically in the same area. So we did the tour a couple weeks ago. I'm like, man, they should start talking about this door too.
Yeah.
I get asked about this often. This was the impetus for change for us. I really like the hatch. I like having it open when it's nice weather. The only problem I've had with it is that handle, just the screws coming out of the handle, but I fixed that pretty easy. But I wouldn't buy it again.
Okay.
I personally don't think it's worth the $7,500 what it costs and this.
Mhm.
Because like this is eating, working, entertaining space, and leaning against this stupid thing all the
Mhm.
time. And you got to bank up pillows, which shortens your cushion life and
Mhm.
or cushion area. And I enjoy it. I don't regret it in any way. It's just not something I'd buy again. We would likely get the new Globetrotter with the seat, booth seat around here. That's what
That's nice. That's it. Is that what Andy has?
The 20. You're talking about the
It's a 27.
27 foot. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so my brother bought a Globetrotter. He was an Airstreamer. He had an old 96.
Mhm.
And then they just decided he was renovating that one, and he was like, I'm just gonna upgrade. And so they upgraded that Globetrotter, and I love that interior.
Yeah, so I just like to be able to see it around the hole here and open up the window. It works good, but this is fine. I mean, they're all canted to the right after a while, and you can't adjust them. And
I like the hatch. I really do. But I kind of agree with you.
Yeah.
Like, I don't know. If I were buying a new one tomorrow, it'd be hard, but I think I would probably forego the hatch. But I do enjoy having it.
Agreed.
But it's more about this than actually
Yeah.
about the hatch. So if there was a way that they could make this a little bit more comfortable, then I would do the hatch again.
Can you do the door without the frame?
I mean, I think it's fine.
I know a couple people who do Ultimate Airstream, Doug Eyed at Benny's place. They do a lounge seat back here, and you can sit all around. You have to modify the table and things. That's something we really consider doing. And just you can put a thick cushion on here
Mhm.
and use it as a backrest. But
Yeah.
I think it's one of these cushions fits perfectly back here. We upgraded our table. So my dad does a lot of woodwork. And so when we were at his house last November, we upgraded our table. So we actually split it. It's not quite 50-50. It's kind of 60-40. And we have them on different pedestals.
Like hydraulic
the
pedestal.
Yeah. And so we can drop them and stuff, and we've done that a little bit to help with some of the space. And my idea was to sort of extend it so that when it was down, you had you could kind of sit. It would be a very small table here, but make sort of a lounge. We just haven't put that into practice because it's always just sort of us two. But that's what that's kind of been an interesting thing that we've done.
Yeah.
Same with this one. A lot of people take this out, make a wood box right here.
Mhm.
Stores.
I like that. I just I don't know, maybe I'm bad at this, but sometimes those cushions are like across the floor, and I mean, I know you have to secure it and everything. You wouldn't just have a piece of wood back there, a cubby that's not secure. So that I like that in because it would be great extra storage, like shoes or something.
Yeah.
And it's not even as big as this panel, and you actually get a little bit more sit
They
back
make it a
room.
little smaller.
But you have to cut the bottom cushion and take this one out and put a box here. It goes all the way down. It's fully secured. So this is more. It's more secure with that box.
Yeah.
So that's another wood thing that we've considered. But
Do you use your hatch to like bring in bikes or kayaks or anything? We get that question.
We don't store bikes and kayaks in the camper. We've got our bikes on the topper. We do use it to like load and unload. And another thing that I like using it for is like if we're cleaning, we can open it up and like get in all the cracks and crevices back here that you can't really reach from the front. I tell people all the time I tell people all the time I take a
leaf blower.
Just blow
start at the
everything
back.
up in the back.
Wouldn't that be so nice? Like, it was that simple.
It'd be so great.
that's good.
Yeah.
I got my little small hurricane blower thing. That's
Yeah. Oh,
ridiculously
yeah.
expensive, but man,
Yeah.
that sucker's got some wind power.
Yeah.
Do you still use it? Have you used it to dry after like washing it? It does pretty good. That's something I'll take a look at it.
It's shocking how much.
Don't let
wind
him
I
buy
think
another thing.
It's an ongoing, it's
It's a
constant.
list.
Yeah.
The problem is I'm remiss on the truck was a little dirty when we got here, and now I'm parked under a tree and it's very dirty now. So next week I'm gonna go wash it. But the biggest pain when you do that is like, now I got to dry this. I got to get because we've got the ceramic coat on the truck, and they don't get dirty real easy. But if you leave water on it, you get the water spots. So I'm like, got to do something.
Like my back glass right now, see all where the dust is settled.
Oh, yeah, I
dew
saw
on
that
there, drives
earlier.
me nuts.
Yeah.
The dew is always a problem because it always
Dew.
collects all the dirt.
We're actually heading back to Master Applied in Tallahassee in November.
Yeah.
So they're going to redo the windows that broke out and we replaced, and we called them. We're like, we like it too much. We want to make sure everything's done again. So they got us in. Like they're just the nicest people. I'd say,
I need to see their new facility in Tallahassee. I've only gone to the previous one they had.
which was super fun to get in and out of.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we were at the previous one, and this one will obviously be at the new one. So we're excited about that.
Please tell me to say hello when you get there.
I will absolutely do so.
Here's a question we get all the time. God, you must make a bunch of money on YouTube. I'm like, time out.
No.
Marketrice, maybe. I don't know what they make. I just guess. Like I'm guessing 0.89 cents per view. If somebody watches all the way through, is roughly what a video earns. Less than a penny per view.
I think it's like 0.0.
Maybe that's what it is.
Like
I
it's a
don't know.
tenth of a penny per view.
It's not a lot. Like we don't like. This came up.
Let him.
Oh, sorry. This actually came up a night or two ago. Someone had stopped me and they were asking about the channel. They were asking like about what we do, all that kind of stuff. But then the last thing I got was, why do people put videos out that say whatever?
Like and subscribe.
No, come watch this video because you're going to find out how to how to install all the solar on your roof. Why do they do that and never deliver? And I said, well, people are trying, and we don't do this. We are very specifically, a lot of times if we have that kind of title, it's like we answer the question in the first like 45 seconds. But their goal is to get you to watch through and because that's how they get paid. Because we work full time. Like this is, I'd say it's a hobby, but we both really enjoy getting out and doing the video and editing videos and all that. So it's like, I'm not counting on this money to do anything for me. But yeah, like I was kind of speaking for all of YouTube when they asked me that, but I'm like, yeah, they do that because they're trying to hold on to a viewer as long as they can. But yeah, we certainly don't do it for the money.
No, and we both enjoy like still photography, and so that this was just kind of, I mean, it's kind of like going from running to triathlons or ultra marathons and stuff like that. It's just sort of the progressive of the next step, and so even we'll share some of the still photography on our videos because those are fun things to do, and it's just it is definitely not for the money. We would be back home.
For sure.
I mean, we couldn't do this without working, and so we do work. You know, and we'll continue to work. And we said we'll keep doing it until it's not fun anymore. But it's continuing to be fun.
Yeah.
So we're just going to keep going. And if that's 6 more months or 10 more years or 50 more years, that's what it
I'm the
is.
same way. I said I will do this as long as it's fun, and as long as I have something to say. But outside of that, I'm out, because the amount of return you get on investment is negative.
And I think you've mentioned it before, and everyone has sort of their own little calculation, but for the amount of produced video to the amount of work that you put, it's like an hour per minute. Some people it's 40 minutes per minute, but a rough estimate is an hour per minute, from shooting to editing to everything. And people don't realize the time commitment that's involved. If you're putting out a 10-minute video, you've probably sunk 8 to 10 hours into that one video.
The travel, like if it's just me talking about the can, all right, like that linear video, that's the easy thing to cut. I can do that in like 20 minutes per minute you watch. But if it's like all of our Alaska stuff, that takes me more than an hour per minute.
Yeah.
You'll see it occasionally in our videos where we're just up against the deadline. We've had too much going on that week, and we'll look at it and go, well, I don't have time to sit down for 10 and a half, 11 hours to do this one. I'm going to go film a video, or I'm just going to walk out. I'm going to go film this video. It's going to be filmed very linear. So the edit process is get rid of times when I stuttered or coughed or whatever. I'm going to add music. I'm going to get a little bit of B-roll, and that's our video this week. And yeah, I can do that in 4 or 5 hours for a 6 minute, 7 minute video. But I'll do that because I don't want the stress of, great, I've got to sit down. I'm going to work until 3 a.m. to get this video up, because we do Saturday mornings. But because I want it to be fun, I'm just not going to stress myself like that.
But you're still, like you said, even a linear video, it's still 20 minutes per video.
It's still a lot of work.
Yeah.
Still a lot of time invested.
Yeah. Which is why you have to love it and love the process. And that's why I take no part in it, is because I tried it once. I edited one video of her in the snow, and it was like maybe 3 minutes long by the end of the process. And it took me hours and hours and hours. And it just didn't bring me joy. I got frustrated. And I know that comes with like learning about the process, and then you become a little more efficient. But I didn't enjoy it. And so I was like, you know what? If you love it and you enjoy it, by all means, you take care of everything. I'll be filmed 5% of the time and then take over.
We pretty much split. It's not 50-50, but we go back and forth. So I'll do a full edit on a video, and then it's not necessarily the next video, but we go back and forth on edit. So
it's particularly like if one of us is passionate about whatever that topic is. It's like, why don't you do it? Because I can edit it, but if you're more passionate about it than I am, your edit's going to come out as much better than mine.
Yeah. See the vision a little differently.
Yeah. Sometimes we'll talk, and it's like, well, I was thinking about this. Okay, you edit. I was like, or I don't have any plan. Well, I was thinking about this. Okay, you edit. And so we go back and forth that way too.
The other thing is that you said, what do we want people to know? But we got a comment when our windows broke out. We did the video, and one of the comments on the video was, I don't know how you're not freaking out about this and all that. And my response was, what you're seeing is curated. You didn't get the 5 minutes of
before I turn the camera on,
kicking the ground and cussing and
steam coming out of your ears.
The camera may have actually been on, but that's not something like. It's not that I don't want the world to see. Like, the world saw it. They were driving by me as I was doing it. But for the purposes of that video, like, it doesn't do anyone any good to see me angry about something that happened. So, like, there are things that are inconvenient about traveling full time. And I think I use that as the example. But we don't always show the inconveniences of traveling full time, having to find a laundromat, learning a new grocery store because it's laid out completely differently, whatever it is. But I do think that's important for people to know is a lot of times this looks like a very curated, like my life is perfect. And it's
Stuff happens every day.
Well, and we try and show some of the frustrations or some of the stuff on it, but like there's no point in not over exaggerating, but like lingering in this.
Yeah.
It's,
I've been doing it long enough. I make mistakes, and I'm happy to show my mistakes, and I do that as much as I can. But I screw things up all the time. And for me personally, just the life I've lived in the world, and having been in the military and been in combat zones, I'm like, this stuff stresses me out.
Mm-hmm.
I don't get angry and don't get upset. And I'm just, this is me. I don't.
Things happen.
It's kind of the way we live. Is just like it happens, move on, and like if you're gonna be sad and dwell, then that just makes you miserable. And like I want to be happy. I want to be happy because I want to look back on my life and be like, man, I enjoyed my life. I don't want to be miserable the whole time. So sitting and dwelling and all that doesn't make sense to me. Some people enjoy that. That's not. I like being happy. So it happens, and just move on.
Have that conversation. Sorry. I had that conversation last night. Someone asked me how it's going. I'm like, I'm having a great day. And it is. It's a choice to wake up and just be in a good mood, be happy, and
choose happy.
Yeah.
It's not always easy.
No.
And I'm tired.
No.
I get tired like everybody else.
Yeah.
Brad, you're so upbeat. Life's great. I'm not getting shot at or blown up today. All things are great.
Yeah.
I
have to choose happiness when I tell him. Everyone has heard this story.
Yeah.
I have to choose happiness when I tell him on a Friday that I want a slow Saturday morning, and then he rolls out of bed like ping, eyes open, 5:30, and he's tearing down our wall, and I'm still in bed, and I'm like, I told you yesterday I wanted a slow Saturday morning. I just want to wake up, and I want to have my coffee, and I want to enjoy it, and you're over here like, demolition.
we were in,
and I was like, then I just choose happiness. And I take Piper on a walk, and I have my coffee, and we're great. But
we were in
choose happiness.
Grovant campground right outside the Tetons, and I was laying there looking, and that stupid gray trim around the wall, it was
started sneaking down.
I'm just gonna take those screws out and fix that. As I took the wall off, and she woke up. She said, "What the hell are you doing? It's 6 o'clock in the morning."
Not even 6 o'clock in the morning. There was still 5 on the clock, which is fine. But I was like, "What is going on?"
Remind him sometimes. I'm like, not everyone wakes up at 5 a.m. So we have to be quiet some days before like a reasonable hour.
So I'm a very, you guys are early risers as well, but like I typically am up between 4:30, 5 a.m. and it's, I've got to like control, like I can't go in and out of the door all the time, especially in an environment like a rally where you're right on top of people. I don't need people hearing me I don't slam my door anymore, but it's just, you got to be quiet.
Or like start washing the truck.
Yeah. This guy's out there early for that. He's like, I got to do it before it gets hot out. And I was like, yeah, you also have a neighbor that can probably hear you a little bit. So,
if anyone wants to follow your adventures, where do they find you across social media? And anything I didn't ask you that you want the world to know that's a misconception about what you do or why you do?
All of our social media is Cajun Mile. Even our website is cajunmile.com. So we have all of that. And we have contact links on all of the social media that goes directly to us. So, and we do respond to every, anything that we get, all the comments, any emails that we get. So that's pretty much it. What do we want the world to know?
I don't know. I think we've covered like most of what I would cover, but I think it's a fun life. Like
I guess the only thing that I would say is I feel like people are very hesitant to submit comments on videos or even reach out with questions because they feel like they're bothering us, or that we're not bothering us specifically, but like, they don't want to be a nuisance. And I like, there's so much knowledge in what we do and how we do it, and we're always like, obviously we've already talked about you're putting your life online, like we're happy to answer the questions. And I think people have a hesitation because they think that we might be it might be too many, but we enjoy interacting with people. There's plenty of people we met here that were like, we met you, and they were very excited to meet us, but I'm like, I've never even, I've not seen their names or anything like that, so we don't know to be looking out for them. And that's some of the that would be the only thing, is like, we're happy to answer the questions or even say hello. I mean, people have asked like where we're going to be next or stuff like that, so we'll tell them like, this is our travel plans, and so hopefully to meet up with more people.
That's great.
Yeah.
Reach out and ask.
Yeah.
And not only your knowledge base, but because of what we do and because of who we're around and because of our connections, if you will, if I don't know an answer, I know somebody who has it.
Right.
Mhm.
And if you ask me and Brad doesn't know, I know 3 people I can call today to find the answer, and I will right back with their answer.
Yep.
Or direct them in that
Or
direction.
send them
Yeah.
there. Send them there.
And like, we've reached out to you before, like, hey, can you help us? And you're like, yep. And so it's the same thing. Is like, if we don't know, we know someone who do. We know Brad who does. Brad doesn't know he knows someone else who does.
I don't
But
know
it is,
as many people that know, but I know a couple people.
But it's nice, like because of what
Because
we
of the
do,
community,
you have connections to folks that some people may not.
Mhm.
Right.
Mhm.
That's
Yeah.
a nice thing.
Parts that some people don't have, like when things go wrong or things go awry and you've never experienced it before, you don't know what to do, and it's like someone might know.
I also try to
Yeah.
say, like, I know what my thing feels, smells, hears, sounds. I know all those things about this trailer because I'm in it every day. And you touch yours 20 nights a year, you forget.
Mhm.
So when that water pump makes a weird rattle or this thing I know what's wrong immediately because I'm doing it every day.
Right.
You guys. So
Yeah.
that's a huge plus for helping folks too.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Oh, don't worry about that. That's fine. Or you should probably call
Yeah.
911
Find
right now.
someone.
Yeah.
Thank you guys for making us a part of your day. Thanks for all the time. I really appreciate this so much, and thanks for coming over. We'll get to see you guys.
Appreciate you guys, and it's good to see you again.
Yeah,
Likewise.
yeah.
Likewise.
Hey, you ready? You can get up now. You say hello? All right.
She's like, I've been waiting for this.
Oops.
You did very good. You did so good.